Hello and welcome again. I did say that I would be back. I've gone away. I've had some food, given my voice box a bit of a rest. And yeah, we will carry on. Okay. Now, where were we? Yes. We were about to clean up a few more parts. Hello, Wiltor. How you doing? Hello, Craig. You just got back from Dragon Ball Z. Oh, nice. Yeah, we'll see how far we can get with the old Dreadnought. I have seen the pre-orders, by the way. The preview. I put it on the Instagram as well. Please tell me what you guys think of the pre-orders next week. I was kind of hoping a little bit for the Fellblade, get that out of the way with. That's the big two things this year really for me. Not including the first half of the year with Fulgrim and the Emperor's Children and Deathcore Krieg, was really the plastic Fellblade and this box set. Since I knew that they were coming out, the Assault Marines I can get anytime. Same with the Siege, the Siege Breakers. But yeah, it was this set and the Fellblade, so still gotta wait a little bit longer. I doubt it will be the week after. That would seem pointless for them to showcase what they've showcased. You know, with Horus Heresy, all of these minis, we haven't have to wait very long, have we? You know, they're up for pre-order. So these have just come out now. They're up for pre-order next week. So that will be 2 weeks after next week, which I think will be like the 16th of August or so. And it is the 27th. So it's only really been 3 weeks to wait between this box set releasing and the minis being available separately. A little bit out of left field, though, is the new Dreadnought variant. But I suppose they could take a lot of these minis out of these box sets that aren't selling and then repackage them. That's probably what they're doing over the next couple of weeks. Well, it'll be the next 3 weeks, won't it? 2 or 3 weeks. So, yeah. The drop pod's back, yeah. Don't hold back. Buy 10. It's going to be exactly the same drop pod. So, yeah, I don't know whether the person that was telling us in the live stream was lying when they said about the main reason they made the new ones was because of the, you know, when the drop pod opened, there was conflicts in games of whether if the doors were fully opened or not, whether it still counted, because they're bringing the old ones back. And also the explanation as to them being difficult kit to make also was false, because they're bringing them back. You're not going to be bringing back a kit that contradicts your previous statements. You're just not. But they can go one step further, and they can release the plastic Dreadnought drop pod. That would have been so cool if they were like, oh, here's the old drop pod again, and by the way, just for you, Super, here's the plastic Dreadnought drop pod. We've been waiting so many years. I've been waiting since the resin Dreadnought drop pod was released back in February of 2019. Been waiting quite a while. So for me, that's 6 years, over 6 years. But yeah, okay, you can say in reality, it's only been just over 3 years, if we look at it from a plastic Horus Heresy point of view. If I don't talk too much in this live stream, that's because my voice is, yeah, it's wearing out. I did a live stream earlier today, as you probably were aware, where I was talking for over 3 hours. Hello, Maxim. How you doing? Hello, Revan. Hello, Tombs. Everyone can finally buy a new drop. Yes, everyone can finally buy a new drop pod. Definitely. I will definitely be pre-ordering one of those drop pods. Well, unless they're £40. And then I'll buy one of the box sets of the new ones. No, I won't. No way. I don't know. It's a toss-up between another Saturnine Dreadnought or the old drop pod. It's out of those two. I think I owe it to everybody to buy an old drop pod, though, after I was moaning so hard. That sounds good. Moaning so hard. Hardly moaning about the new drop pods. You were hoping for the Underworld 4 bands box. Okay. Siegebreakers, yeah. You love the videos. Sweet Mark II Praetor. Currently building a bolt action US Airborne Army. Sweet Mark II Praetor. There's no Mark II Praetor. I mean, this is a Centurion. I'm building this Praetor right now. This is the one in the Saturnine. I'm always making that mistake with that one. He does look like a Praetor, definitely. I think he shouldn't have as much bling as he does. This is a Centurion, and I think that this Centurion, resin one from Forge World, this is more in line of a Centurion, someone who is in charge of 1,000 Space Marines. That seems fair. But that guy, yeah, he's a bit fancy, isn't he? He is a bit fancy. Thing is, I've decided that I'll get the rules for the Space Marines, the Libra Astartes book. I've decided I'll get those rules. I don't know if I'll get the rules for everything else. We'll see. We'll see what other models come out. You know, if they start going crazy and releasing like plastic myrmidons and like a plastic Atrapos, then I may have to pick up the Knights and Titan book. They all seem to be in stock everywhere though, still, which is quite cool. Quite fortunate. Yes, yeah, definitely. It's the same drop pod, yeah. Hello, Federico, how you doing? I've helped you a lot what to expect from various boxes. Nice one. I'm glad you're enjoying the hobby, and thank you for your kind comment. It's hugely appreciated if I've helped you, so thank you for your feedback. That's the goal, is to, you know, there are a couple, like 1 or 2 people that have the opinion that all I'm doing is just showcasing new stuff and I'm just kind of, you know, flexing or bragging or whatever. But, you know, these things are expensive, and my main goal at the start was always to show everyone what you get in them and whether it's worth it. And if it's not worth it, I'll tell you, you know. Yeah, so I'm glad that the videos have helped you. And I'll continue making them as long as I'm interested in the hobby. You know, I don't make any of the videos for a living. This is kind of my hobby, about my hobby. So, you know, there's only so much time you can invest in reviews of little plastic soldiers, really. And my videos have definitely changed a bit over the years. Right, that's the hammer done. I think I might just glue the hammer. I think it's just us, Maxim, us and Krieg. We have to yeah, age verify. This stream has gone down that direction. This only hand stream. Yep. Have to get your ID out to verify that you're old enough to look at hands and fingers. This is where we're going. Right, so we can pop that on there. That's a really cool hammer. Yeah, I'm pleased I went for the flat head version. No. What we can do is, if I can remember correctly from earlier, I'll just use a bit of Tamiya for this. It should sit bang on top like that. And then what I'll do is I'll glue him onto his base, sort of. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that would have that much movement, but am I going for hammer or axe? Sat on Predator. I'm going for the hammer. If I ever pick up a second one, which is possible, it's more possible that I'll pick up a new drop pod. And when I say new, I mean old. Than another one of these Praetors. But he's been a joy to build and put together today. Really enjoyed him. Oh god, another age verification check. Right. Yeah, he certainly is a girthy boy. I don't know whether his foot should be like level. It doesn't look like it is. Like it's kind of off. This foot I can understand, but this one is. It's like he's just putting his foot down. Yeah, it's an odd way to secure him onto this base, I tell you. It's I wouldn't say it's the most secure way, but it is what it is. It's fine. 30k Hagrid. You're a wizard, Horus. I don't want to be a wizard, Malcador. You're a wizard, Horus. You're gonna go to Istavan. You're gonna learn some spells. It's not Istavan, is it? Is it Istavan? Can't remember. You often watch my videos. Well, that's good. That's good news. When I'm not sure about buying something, just like the new drop pods, and no, I'm not buying those. Thank you. I've saved you £40 or £50 or something. I mean, yeah. The thing is, some models, it doesn't matter how well they're painted by the heavy metal team. Some of them are just crap, and that's one such kit. You know, it would be interesting to compare my review of them with a YouTuber that gets that got them for free. That would be interesting. So we want to put a kind of like a fist, a hand in here. How does this? Okay, I see. So that's the fist in there. I'm not going to glue anything on the body yet because it's still gluing to the base. But I will glue these things. I'll clean them up and then I'll glue them. We're very, very close to finishing this just because I was working on it for about an hour or two, probably 2 hours actually, in the previous live stream. The amount of sites I've had to get ID of this weekend has added considerable time to my day. Love the honesty, Kirby. Toby even. Well, yeah, it's Kirkby in here. I love the honesty. I love it. Well, yeah. The ones you really got to be worried about is when you try the ID and it says this ID is already in use. And then you're like, oh, Norman Reedus again, seriously. Yeah, it's just. Well, never say never, but I highly doubt that will happen here on this channel. But then again, I sometimes click that this content is not suitable for children. So YouTube are pretty good with abhorrent content and things, though, aren't they? They're usually pretty good. Because you have to upload stuff and then it goes through a number of checks. TikTok, on the other hand, from what I've been told, it was so soon to have Saturnine. Not really. 3 weeks. It will be, you'll pre-order them next week, and then you'll get them 2 weeks after next week. So it will be 3 weeks from today. I don't think that's that soon. I would probably say it was quite soon getting the Deathcore Krieg separate. I thought it was quite soon getting the Emperor's Children and the Space Wolves. They all recently released separately, didn't they? I think that's the case now. You can confidently, if there's a box set coming out and there's some new minis, think of the new minis coming out, like the is it the combat patrols and things for Space Marines? Like, if you really want that White Scars new character on the grav bike, a jet bike, yeah, basically. You could pencil in 3 weeks for him to be separate. Thing is, even if it's not 3 weeks and it's 4 weeks, it's, you know, it's not too long to wait. You know, try and look at these releases and things, not as much as they used to be. And when I say used to be, I'm talking like 3, 4, 5 years 5 years ago, where the main reason to get these box sets was, oh, you just get the new minis early. They stopped doing that. Something flipped, and I'll tell you what it was. It was with the Saber tank, you know, the little Forge World tank. Before, Forge World used to have some of the brand new minis. You could only pick them up at the events, like weeks, sometimes months before they released, as a GR, general release. But then that Saber tank, I was at the event, and it went up on pre-order on the day that I went to the event. And even though you could pre-order it for a week's time, they still wouldn't let me have one. And that was only a week away. And I think it was from that point on, they changed. They stopped having like these exclusive releases. And it's a bit like this, really. You're not, when you're getting these box sets now, you're not getting these brand new minis much earlier than before. That's not the main reason you go for these sets anymore. It used to be, but not anymore. Now you're going for these sets because you want high value for money, or better value for money, because if you're looking at these sets with these individual like characters and things, you really want the characters, just have a word with yourself and think, have I got any of those other units in that set? Yes. Okay, well then I'll wait 3 weeks for that particular mini to be released separately. He's still going to be more money, you know, separately, and if you bought all the other minis separately, but you'll actually save a bit of money because you're not having to fork out, what are they, like 80 quid, 90 quid Yeah, that's what I think anyway with that. I think the main reason you're getting these sets is just the value aspect. Something's going to change though. Something has to change. They have to have a reward system. They have to have a sales system. They have to have a discount period. It's coming. It will happen. And they'll use that and the profits and the extra money from all of that to probably shut down all third-party outlets for their product. Probably. That's what they'll probably do. Other people you watch on Twitch went mental at the same time the stream started. It must be Sunday. Oh, okay. That's a good question, Federico. I just really don't like those models at all. But I'll join in with you with a guess. If they came out with 2, I'd probably say it's just going to be 2 robots in there. Good point, Toby. Did you miss an announcement for split out Saturnine? Yeah, just at 6 o'clock, so an hour and a half ago, on the Warhammer community website at 6 o'clock every Sunday. Games Workshop, they put on their Warhammer community site the next week's pre-orders, and pretty much all of these models up for pre-order separately from Saturday next weekend, usually about 10 to 10 in the morning, with an addition of the drop pods, like these drop pods, which are featured all over the box and the rules and things. They're the old drop pods, not the new ones. They're just going to be exactly the same as the old ones, but repackaged for Horus Heresy. And the Dreadnought, which we're going to build very soon after this, the Siege variant with some very... Oh, do you need an age ID check now? Phallic looking weapons. Yeah, probably get your passports out ready. Yeah, so there's that. No Fellblade or Assault Space Marines or Siege Breakers. They'll probably come next, but I highly doubt that will be the week after. They'll probably give it a few weeks, which is fine for me. Oh, there, Nelly. Right. I'm terrible at dropping things on live streams, but I'd rather drop a plastic part than my knife. Right, so that's that piece. All of those are prepared. I think we just have to clean up these. It's very easy. Okay, I think that's everything cleaned up. So let's glue these things. So it seems that these just fit on there. so. Now, where do these go? I'd like to think they just snugly fit in there, but could be completely wrong. Wait a second. Am I overthinking this? I'm super overthinking this, aren't I? Well, let's see if we can work out the other one. So we turn this around and put this on. I think it goes on like that. So let's just try. And because we've reversed engineered one, yeah, really obscure pieces, because they kind of, I don't like pieces that partially attach, if you get what I mean. Yeah, really odd pieces, these. It's like there's parts left over. Just I can't work with that. I guess now we could put the arm on and the plasma. Quite easy to attach this plasma blaster, so we'll do that now. It'll only go on one way. See? And then we'll glue there. We'll glue the joint. Shoulder. Well, I thought that would be quite straightforward, but because we haven't got a plug and socket, the plasma's coming off, and this cabling isn't really sitting well. There we go, that's better. Fits a bit better now. Sorry, I need to read some more. Do you want Mark 4 sooner or Mark 5? That's a really good question. I said that in the previous live stream, didn't I? I think, thinking about it now, AVA, I think I'd rather have Mark 4. Because we've technically got a new mark of armor with this Mark 2, like we had 3 years ago with the Mark 6. I'm happy for them to redo Mark 4 in a larger size to bring it up with new Mark 3. Unlike Mark 3, though, I really hope they don't change it as much as they did, because they really did change it, didn't they? Why is this not glowing so well? And then we can get Mark 5 Heresy armor. I don't mind waiting for Heresy armor. And then that would be a good roundup. Refresh of Mark 4, brand new Mark 5. Or throwing a curveball here, do you think they will just refresh Mark 4 within these 3 years, and then for the next game, could be Horus Heresy, I can't see why it wouldn't be, they might do like a scouring type version. They could probably have Heresy armor for that. Don't know. Yeah, you caught a second stream, Dimitri. Nice one. When does the new Mark II with jetpacks? What, the Assault Marines? I would say Pre-order within the next 3 weeks at the latest. They did say it was going to be a summer of Horus Heresy, and if you're able to pre-order that in 3 weeks' time, that would be the end of August. You probably get them middle of September. Might be earlier than that, but September's still summer. They just need to release those, the Siege Breakers and the Fellblade, really, before October. I don't know about Thunder Warriors. They've already announced the next set of novels, haven't they, with the Scouring? That'll be the next series, and the Scouring, of course, takes place straight after the Horus Heresy, and there'll be new characters, new models, things like that, which is really exciting. They should have doubled down on the Siege of Terror, though. They should have created way more new resin minis from Forge World for that book series. They just didn't support it miniature wise, which is such a shame, considering that the miniatures have supported the lore and a lot more. But yeah, after the Scouring has been and done, and we've got Horus Heresy 4.0, maybe we'll get the Crusades, and probably get Thunder Warriors then. But we're I'd say at least 4 or 5 years away from that armor. At least 4 or 5. The Graviton Pulverizer. Bye, Tombs. Have a good one. What kit you want to review or build, but you don't have the energy for that? Build, review or build. I don't have the energy. Town Manta. Yeah. I definitely don't have the energy for that at the moment. Or the patience. And I'm a builder, aren't I? You know. But yeah, I don't have the energy or and also it's Tau as well. There is that. Okay, so hammer time, hammer comparison. Hammer is bigger than Lorgar, like the axe. So you've got weapons that are bigger than Primarchs, and the hammer is way bigger than Centurion. I think there's a divot where this can go in. But the safest bet is just to glue it to his arm first, because that will only go one way. Praise the Emperor, it's not a wrist joint. Oh, can't even plug and socket it though. Maybe because it's the same arm for the axe. Yeah, we might as well put these parts on here. That just slotted on there too snugly for my liking. I don't know if I'm doing this bit correct. It seems like I am, but Oh, you plug. They just dangle. These dangly earrings. You know what they say, the bigger the earring, the more heretics they've killed. Literally, the bigger the earrings, the higher the body count. And I can say that without photo ID. All right. Okay. That's those. Oh, so you, oh damn, son. So you have an option of having these traily bits instead of the earrings. Okay. Well, I didn't know that. And then this, apparently you connect those together. That's really, really convincing, super. Okay. The Saturnine boy is thick. What do I think of the Mark II design? I never had the resin Mark II, so I can't really compare. I mean, technically, I didn't really have resin Mark III. Not really. Unless you, I guess you could count the some of the Dark Angels minis, like the Interemptors. Such an odd name, but I can't really say. I like the Mark IIs, but I need to build them first. Give you a full. I'll probably will enjoy them more than the new Mark IIIs. I just think that the new Mark IIIs are quite a bit different than the old Mark IIIs, which is a shame. Okay, we're almost finished. This big boy. Let's put his arm in. Where does his... Oh, okay, so it just... There we go. That is one big hammer. It's way bigger than Vulcan's hammer. Now we'll put the head in. Oh, just what I'd like to see. Yeah, this dude looks very serious. And then we'll put this thing in. Which way does it go around? Okay, so we've got the lens things to one side. Okay, that's that. And then, yeah, I think we then put these pauldrons on. Yeah, they go on quite well. If I don't move this at all, which I just did, and then his cape. I don't have a clue where this goes on to. Whatsoever. Apparently the underside of here, that's going to be impossible. Yeah, that's going to be impossible to glue that. Does it go up and under? There's no way it goes up and under. There's no way it goes in between that cable. They have not. We don't even get to see the back of the finished cape. They needed another picture to show what it looks like from the rear. How are you meant to put that on? Poor design for both of these capes, I have to say. Very badly designed. I don't think that goes in and under. I really don't think it does. I might just leave him with his cape off. That can't go up and under in there. There's no way. There's not enough of a gap. how does that fit on there? It just doesn't. Even putting one piece in at a time, it doesn't work out. It doesn't reach over because the only piece it connects to is possibly that. Such a joke. This cape thing at the back is just abhorrent. It's just so poorly designed and doesn't work. What the hell have they done with this? I would actually take this back and say, no, not fit for purpose. I followed it piece by piece and you just can't put the cape on. I mean, if they truly have messed up and you're meant to put the cape on first and then the cable for the plasma, then that's their screw up. Like, the only way I can probably think about doing it is moving that up and under there. I don't want to risk damaging the arms though, because if I damage the arms, then I'll have to take off these pauldrons. 2 in 1 day. Yep. This is true. Yeah, 2 in 1 day. Oh, I might just leave the cape off. It's such a joke. It's so poorly designed. Because I can't even get that one to fit properly. There's one contact point and they expect this to line up with that. And I followed that to the letter and it won't, even on an angle. I mean, part of me wants to take this arm off and see if the cape fits under the cabling, but it shouldn't have to, because I've built it the way it said. I mean, his arm does look like it's a bit outward. That has annoyed me, that has. Nothing worse than building a model and then like the last couple of pieces just don't work out for you. It would be good to show the back of the model with the cape on to kind of prove that they've done it. It definitely connects there. It'd be good if we got a picture of the Dreadnought at the back. Let's see if I can find the, not the Dreadnought, the Saturnine Praetor reverse. Of course there aren't any pictures, are there? So many pictures of the Praetor without the cape on the old internet. It's telling me something, isn't it? Praetor. Let's type in cape. Cape. Even Warcom didn't put the cape on. People that showcased on the Warhammer community website. I've typed in cape and Google's just terrible. It doesn't show me any images of the reverse of the Praetor. Like, zero. Here's one, actually, on Instagram. And his is fitted. Of course, I'm going to have to log into Instagram, aren't I? Face ID. Here we go. Now get rid of that. I honestly really do hate Instagram sometimes. Like, it shows you a preview of the image, but a bit pixelated, so you can't really see it properly. And then you have to go onto Instagram to view it fully. Why can't you show me it straight away? Because Instagram own everything that you post on there. That's why. Aren't really any pictures of the reverse of this. There's one picture. And I'd have to go on Instagram to look at it. But essentially, from that one picture, I can gather that his did fit. And he did put his over the cabling as well. So kind of like that. And his did fit up there. So how on earth? He must have just moved his arm further forward. Which is what we're going to try and do, ladies and gentlemen. Right. What I'll do is I will push it. Glue this back again. To one solid item. Might as well put this on while we're here, while we're waiting. Just go on there, quite simple. Okay, so that's that on. Well, anyway, you get the gist. I will be putting the cape on no matter what, but I wanted to show you him compared to a Primarch. Yeah. I would say, without the tactical rocks, he's a little bit smaller than Lorgar, just a little bit. Like the armor makes him look bigger, and yeah, he is a bigger model than Lorgar. You know, they're both on rocks, but the actual size of him from head to toe, Lorgar is just a tiny bit bigger. One could argue Lorgar's in a more upright position, so very close to being the same height. Have I got another little Primarch? Not really. I've got Mortarion here, who I guess is a little Primarch. Mortarion's a little bit taller. He's taller than him than Lorgar. But yeah, he is he's a big Space Marine. Probably the biggest Space Marine you'll get that isn't in a Dreadnought. Speaking of Dreadnoughts, is he as big as a Contemptor? No, he's still smaller than a Contemptor. Contemptor would still have him though in combat, surely. I think that the Contemptor's heavier as well. But yeah, if you're a if you're a Mark II Centurion, you certainly don't want to be going up against one of these. But then again, this Praetor, how slow is he? I mean, his initiative must be a bit slow, but you know, you could be like a death by 1,000 cuts, wouldn't it? It'd take you quite a while to whittle him down and crack the armor, and you know. I think with the axe though, he'd be a good death guard at Praetor. Yeah, I probably would have him as death guard with the axe. So yeah, that's the Praetor. Let's while this is drying, let's crack on with the Dreadnought. I do need to grab a drink though. Quick drink of water. A bottle of water. Right, so I'll save these for the review. And that's the head from the other one. This was the piece that came loose in the set for the Dreadnought. We'll move over to that. You've got 3 different disintegrators. You've got the rifle, the combi, the blaster, and the heavy. So this is the Dreadnought. We're only really planning on doing the legs. We're not going to complete the whole thing in the next 2 hours. But in terms of base size, it's the same size base as the Telemon. Legs. I like the sprue. I like how the way it's laid out. That's actually quite cool. 23. What are we at? Yeah. Over 11. After this, I'll be building the, just as a little break, I'll be building the Arachne quad accelerator platform. But tomorrow I'd like to be back, do another live stream for you. Need to go to the gym and stuff first, but I will be back. A10, this small little piece here. $26 and $25. $27, $28 and $29. Lots of parts just for one leg. Oh, and then you've got two options for these kind of filigrees. You get like a spiky one at 34, or just a standard 33. I think I'll go for the 33. The spiky one with the lightning looks a little bit Sons of Horusy. Sons of Horusy, not horsey. Sons of Horsey. All right, so that's another spare part over there. Oh, wow, and then you've got some more parts, and then it's the other leg. Plenty of parts per leg then. A30. $31. And $22. A32. This one. Right, and that's the leg done. So each leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 parts each. And then, yeah, we've got the other leg to do. And then the feet. Whoa. $14 parts per feet. So looking for about 30 parts per leg and foot. Yeah, I've toyed with the idea of not gluing them, and I think I will just buy another one with the different weapon options. I think. I might not glue it. See how much the new one is. If it's like 70 quid, then yeah. The cape seems optional. Oh yeah, it is optional. Yeah, yeah. Nice one, Toby. Thank you. Looks like the left was left off when he fits the cap. Have I seen the drop pod in this week's pre-order? Check my Insta. I posted that on Insta like 6 o'clock. Of course I have. Left arm off, and you have to flex it slightly to clip in. Okay. Well, it would be nice if they blimmin' put that in the instructions, wouldn't it? Or even put a bit of text. But of course, they're allergic to putting text in instructions because they sell these worldwide, so they can't really put any text in. Well, other than the name of it. And I think, well, they can put text in because there's English in this all the way through. So they could have just put something about that. But yeah, that's the only issue. There are more issues with that Centurion and cape. The only real issue I had with the Praetor was the cape. Like, that's the only issue. Everything else was standard. I'm just going to pop and grab a drink of water. Okay, I'm back. Got my drink. Oh. For a Black Legion banner, do you think a Shattered Blood Angels chalice would be cool? Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I do like the Shattered Legions. I like the idea of them. Right, just giving everyone a heads up, I will be logging off about 10 o'clock tonight. So we've got an hour and 40 minutes to go. Should be enough time to do the legs and the hips. But I will be back tomorrow. not during the day, because taxman needs to be paid, doesn't he? So. Hello, how are you doing? Oops. Well, at least this Dreadnought doesn't have a cape. we are cape free for the rest of the box set now, so we can breathe a sigh of relief. What is the fascination anyway with capes? Is it like a status thing? Is it just part of the uniform? See, I don't want to glue it like that and then have a massive gap there and then a gap there. It just seems stupid. It really does. And I kind of don't want to push this arm further away. There is just no way that would work unless I move this quite a considerable distance forward. We'll do it. We'll do it. we'll do it and we'll put that there instead. Now it might fit. Oh, you see, it's still not going to fit because they're not long enough. Well, we've kind of found a workaround. I'm going to do that. I'm going to repair this. Should I say melt it? Repair the arm. Come on, you. Thing is, I'm not going to let this beat me. We'll get there. We'll get there, guys. I think the Arachne has a cape option. That's brilliant. Don't glue the Praetor. There's also a Centurion loadout. What? What? You can use the Praetor kit in combination with the squad kit. What? You can't use this Praetor kit. No way. It's in Saturnine armor. The kit looks like it would take 5 years. Only 5 years? Well, it depends if you're doing anything in those 5 years, really. And you might just be sat on your Todd. Another Duff cloak, yep. I am gluing the Praetor, yeah. Almost finished. I was starting the Dreadnought, but the Praetor has kicked my I nearly said something bad then. Kick my behind. Got to be so careful. I can't say what I want anymore. Otherwise, suddenly you'll get a pop-up for your Face ID. Well, sorry, what tray's in? I'm really confused now. Everything else you said in the previous stream was fine, but this stream, what are you talking about? The stuff on the Praetor. Hang on. So this is the Praetor, okay? That's the Centurion. The stuff on the Praetor, which is this one, you're saying creates new units with the basic Saturnines. New units. what things? Because we've literally only just got these icons and these things, which is like the axe, these different shoulder pauldrons, different heads, and that is it. This does not make new anything. I tell you why, because you only get 2 arms. So unless those arms are fully compatible with this hand right here, you're not going to be making anything new. I don't know what they were talking about then. I'm really confused now. I mean, I'll keep these parts separate. Don't worry, like I always do. I'm not going to throw them in the bin or anything, and we'll see what happens when I build the Terminators. But I will be sending you a private message straight away if I can't use everything. Don't you worry. This kit almost it almost makes you tear your skull off your shoulders. That's a interesting way of putting it. There's a Centurion class for Saturnine Terminators that use Praetor bits. Yeah, my friend. What? My friend, sorry. What Praetor bits? You've been watching this through the whole thing. Can you make a Centurion out of the Praetor bits? I highly doubt that. Like, you might be able to put this on the front of one of the Saturnine Terminators. You might be able to change the front panels to those. You can hang these things off. You can definitely change the head, I would have thought. The axe, though, like the hammer, no way. Like this extra piece, you can't. This piece probably, and this piece. And you know what? Even if you can't use any of these small pieces on the Terminators, just proxy it. There's plenty of other spare parts that everyone has in their collection just to say, oh, this Saturnine Terminator is a Centurion. Nothing's stopping anyone doing that, you know. It's always been the case. But I don't think you get a huge amount of spare parts. Oh, we can kind of do this. Is that still not fitting? The thing is, we need to get this side in first. There we go. There we go. Sort of mould it round. Okay, we're getting somewhere with this. All right, we're getting somewhere. It really is a bizarre point to glue. Let's see if we can do it. I'm super determined to get this this on. There we go. Right, this will have to do, and this is the best I can possibly do. Both sides are touching, but you really have to work on the left arm. He's referring to rules. I thought you were referring to the pieces. Did he? Oh, nice one. I appreciate that. Thank you. I bet he's looking forward to Lysander. I am looking forward to Lysander too. Oh, it's in a separate Lieber, okay. Though during the preview you discussed it at length. It's not too mind-blowing. It's more like formalised kitback. Oh, okay, I get it. I get what you mean now. Thank you. What's Varak doing anyway at the moment? Is he... he's probably painting his, isn't he? To be fair, I think these would look good yellow. They would look good Imperial Fists. Just trying to glue these two sides of the cloak on. Certainly trickier than you think they would be. It's a supplement book that has rules to kit bash them into other units. Is that the Istvan drop site book then? The supplement? Or are you talking about something completely different? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate that. Oh, okay. Thanks, Bran. Appreciate that. Bit unlike him to be live streaming Sunday evening. Okay, I think that's the best I can possibly do. We're going to leave it there for him. I got the cloak on. It will probably set, I hope. It stretched the plastic a bit, but maybe if I have him upside down, yeah, then it won't stretch it too much. There you go. Right, let's get back on the old red then. Judge Dredd. Yeah, I think I probably could get away with putting that on there. Oh, that slots in rather well. Yeah, this is the thing. This is why, you know, I might lean more towards my third Legion being Salamanders rather than Imperial Fists. But I do like the yellow. That's the thing. Yellow is one of my favourite colours. Green, not so much. You have to like the colour, right? For your Legion. I mean, you'll be painting a lot of that colour. Sometimes I wonder where this glue actually comes from. Oh. You're not picking up this box. It is really the worst you've ever seen. Krieg, my friend, come on. If you can build Titans, you can easily do this. Come on. Recycled 40k pods. Sebastian, hello Super, what's your opinion on this box? I'm thinking about getting it because I'm a huge fan of Saturnine pattern, but still is not a small amount of money. Yeah, exactly. It's not a small amount of money, and that is why I picked it up, so that I can give you a detailed review. So far, the Centurion has been a right pain. The Praetorian Saturnine armor is on his standing on his head. This Dreadnought seems okay though. I'll have to give you my full review. The thing is, it's sitting, it's not really selling. So you might be able to pick it up for like £125 or so. So people are telling me. It's definitely worth it for that price. Yeah, try and get it for as low as possible, especially if you're a huge fan, as you say, of the Saturnine stuff. You know, if you've got some Horus Heresy already, probably worth you picking up the Liber book as well. I'm trying to read your Trazen. New article on the site posted today where there's Iron Warrior drop pods that have the doors close flush. Seems like Games Workshop used the old kit to promote the new one. The old kit to promote the new one. Doors close flush. Okay. You looked at all your friends posting the stuff they got yesterday. Their plans and I just caved in and build my bikers till I run out of them at 21. What? Okay. That's fair enough. Oh, you don't have any Horus Heresy models currently? Yeah, that is worrying. It didn't really fit because the left arm, like I followed the instructions to the letter, obviously, but it's because the left arm and the cable kind of got in the way. If you don't glue the left arm and the cable, well, you kind of have to glue that before you put the cape on. You just have to glue all that part quite quickly. Like, don't do what I did, which is obviously glued the arms and then went and had a break, came back to do the cloak and everything. This is the thing with bigger kits like this, where you're a bit unsure. Try and do everything in one sitting, because then at least the plastic cement hasn't. It's not like super glue. It doesn't glue things solid, does it, straight away? That's the only issue, really. Is not that I was too quick. Just I had no reason to think that it would be. Well, that it would be. I'd have an issue, really. Yeah, you've just got to kind of think a few steps ahead, which you shouldn't have to. I agree, but I'm sure all of the other models will be fine, like this Dreadnought. The drop pod thing is really, that's just a made in China kind of issue and poor plastic rather than, you know, like a complicated kit. And clearly it's not a complicated kit. And the rule side of things with the doors opening or staying open isn't an issue either, because if it was, they wouldn't bring the old drop pods back. As I say, they should double down though and release the plastic Dreadnought drop pods. It's too soon as well. It's too soon for them to re-release the old drop pods, since they've just released the new ones that haven't done very well. People still have PTSD, or they probably don't because they didn't buy them. Probably have PTSD from my video. Yeah, it's just too soon for those. They should have waited probably 6 months or so. If they had waited 6 months, released the old drop pods again, they'd be much more in demand because people have not been able to buy drop pods for 6 months. And if they release them with the plastic Dreadnought drop pod, that would have been mission accomplished. But no, not the case. Yeah, you don't have to use the cloak whatsoever. Just for me, without the cloak, kind of looks a bit naked, kind of looks a little bit like a normal Saturnine Terminator, which is fine, except he's got a massive hammer. So I'm sure you'll be fine not using the cloak. You don't have to. What would you go for anyway, the hammer or the axe? I mean, despite that, I will still pick up a second one. A long, long way into the future. Not like next week when he's released separately. I will be picking up a new drop pod, though, for everyone. And then comparing it to a new drop pod. And I milk that drop pod content, don't you worry. So yeah, I'll be picking that up. I'll be picking the other Dreadnought up, maybe. And that's about it, I think, for next week. Scouring's not out yet, is it? Is the Scouring out? No, we've got ages yet, haven't we? Upcoming. Right, so... reinforce your Horus Heresy army with standalone kits. Okay, so... Yeah, the one with the axe is cool. Oh, Saturnine Terminator Squad. Oh, standalone release includes 4. Oh, I'll definitely get that then, because then I'll have 10. Sea Dreadnought Chiron. Is that a Bugatti Chiron? Or a Bugatti Ophion? Or Ophion? And the Sea Dreadnought weapons... sprues for both configurations will be available separately. So you get, yeah, weapons for both of them. Disintegrator we've got, Arachne we've got. So it could just be, it might be the drop pod for me to pre-order. It might be the drop pod and the Dreadnought. I'll have a wee think about it. This piece is such a bizarre piece. And then they want you to put that on. Can't really get away with that gap, can we? One leg. I'll go for the other leg now. Ooh. So let me just read some more of your contents. Revan, if you think about it, Horus Heresy is just a nostalgia bait. Um, oh yeah, Plastic Charybdis, yeah. Horus Heresy shouldn't have editions like 40k or Age of Sigmar. I totally agree. Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, but the problem is quite a while ago, people were saying, "Oh, when's Horus Heresy 3.0 out? When's the new edition of Horus Heresy out?" And so there are people that want the new edition. Yeah, you know my thoughts on it, guys. I think they should just have had second edition and then just tweak it digitally, have it all for free, all the rules, all the data sheets, everything, and then just bring out like a new army box like this. Like if they just brought this out without the rule book, which looks like there's a lot of copy and paste in it and a lot of complication of rules for the sake of being complicated. It's just a justification. A lot of it is, you know, justification, but with models that look so good, and I think they look good, there isn't a need for the justification. Like it's only been 3 years, and it's only just been 3 years as well, like literally last month. They could have just brought out this set called Age of Darkness Saturnine without a rule book, without Whippy Stick, or you know, the range ruler thing, without any of that. They could have just brought this set out. Here's 2 armies. There you go. There's just a very, very small part of the community that want new editions and new rules, new, you know, things like that. I think the new Titan rules and things are absolutely atrocious. But there we go. I think 40k in Age of Sigmar or Old World isn't too bad. Maybe not Old World. I think Old World you could leave for quite a while. But certainly 40k and Age of Sigmar every 4 years, push 5. But again, make all the rules and things free, digital. Still bring out the codexes and things. But literally you're buying almost £40 codexes and books, and they're obsolete a week later. It's like great, brilliant. I mean that will only annoy you if you play games like every week. A9 and A8. So yeah, they go, you go back to there and you have to retrace your steps a little bit. Hammer fits better if you talk about salamanders. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Didn't Games Workshop show a future Command Saturnite squad, which is regular Saturnites with Praetor weapons? Yeah, yeah, I think so. I'd have to look it up. Brick Builder Salmon, you were just looking up Saturnine content and thought about me. Oh, nice. Maybe you made an unboxing video. You're lucky I'm streaming. Yes. Is it easy to magnetize the Terminators? Well, I haven't built the Terminators yet, but I suppose I could have a quick look for you. Yeah, I think so. I think you could put a little magnet in those weapon pools. You just need to drill a little bit and pop one in, and the same for the arms. I think you possibly could. That would be a viable option. It's not as easy to magnetize than the Dreadnought, though. The Dreadnought is very easy to magnetize. looking at it, they've done a very good job at the contact points, I have to say. A10 again. Is it A10? Well, we need this one anyway for future, for the reverse. And 14. Yeah, this is a nice project, this one. Take a few hours. But I'll be here again tomorrow in the evening after I've done all my things. I'll be live streaming again. And 17. And then we've got that one. Yeah, 19. Yeah, something like 30 odd parts per leg. It's, including the feet. You know, we've got the feet to do next. Yeah, we've got that 22 right there, and then 21. Yeah, I should be able to finish this Dreadnought tomorrow night. I'll stay on until I do finish it. Yeah, we can finish these, do the legs and the hips, glue the legs and the feet and the hips together, and then make a start on the weapons. It's a shame that the rules for the Dreadnought aren't in this supplement. It's a real shame. It's all right, I'll have to order them. Order the rules tomorrow. The Journal Tactica, what, the Istvan 4 book? Yeah, I said that many times. It's just paperback. It's just, I think, 48 pages. I think it should have been included in this set. I really do. It's not even that much, is it? Like 16, 20 pounds something. What's the base size of the new Dread? No worries, Artie Bob. I so happen to have a ruler somewhere right here. Here we go. I think it's, I want to say 100. It's 100 mil. Yeah, 100 mil base size. So same as the Telemon. Okay. We can turn this Pro Tour upside down. Right way up now. There they are. Happy as can be. Yeah, again, I would have done a live stream yesterday evening of building this, and that would have meant that I probably would have built those two yesterday, and then today I would have built and completed the Dreadnought. But the box set arrived at 5 o'clock yesterday. No thanks to Royal Snail. Honestly, I swear, every public-owned company turned private just goes down the pan. It just gets worse and worse. And then when it does get worse and worse, we can't take it back. And what's worse off, we have to bail them out. Anyway, that's another topic for another day. Let me answer more questions. You only like the Mark II Marines. It feels a bit pointless for a turret in the box. No, you didn't. Krieg, don't gaslight me like that. Don't gaslight me that. Come on. Fell, but man, I can't believe you've gone there. I know you've done that on purpose. You can't actually be serious. I know you've just gaslighted me on purpose. I'm not going to rise to it, my friend. I'm not going to take that bait. I'm not at all. I'm just going to continue cleaning up the mini. Quickly, any other questions? Does Games Workshop send the boxes out to you? Do they send 2 gaslighted questions in a row? Wow, this is a record. Those 2 questions have gaslighted me more than the capes of both of these, I'll tell you. No, Brick, Games Workshop don't send me anything. They've never sent me anything. Not even a pot of a bad and black paint. They haven't sent me diddly squat. 4,000 videos, 25 million views, nothing. I think I had one employee, again, allegedly, he was an employee, made a comment on one of my videos years ago. I think he said something like, oh, I was going to recommend you to our affiliate kind of scheme or whatever. Like he was, maybe he was, or maybe he was just pretending. You know what people are like on the internet. Yeah, just pretending to be someone with some power, some clout at Games Workshop, and just said, oh yeah, I was going to recommend you, but the way you responded to my comment, I'm like, what? Seriously? Nah, you just didn't like my response to one of your comments. That's what it is. And then to get the upper hand, you had to put on this facade that you had the power to recommend me. Come on, man. You don't have the power. No one has the power. Roundtree doesn't have the power, whoever. Like, honestly, the only thing... They don't care. They really don't care. I can tell you that full, with 100% certainty. You would have to beg and plead to them to get an agreement, an affiliate NDA. It's like a non-disclosure thing where you would potentially sign your life away. What you would do is you would, because it's been released and things and leaked before, basically you would have to agree to their terms that any products they send to you, you have to do a positive review, and also all of your content and past content has to show them in a positive light. So I'm up the creek already because there's been quite a few videos, drop pods, where I've just absolutely blasted them for a crap product, and yeah, essentially they could just, if I signed it, they could just then go back on a video and be like, oh yeah, you said this thing about this, so we want all of your content, all of your minis removed, blah blah blah. We also want compensation, because you've breached the NDA, and it just leads to really bad stuff. And the only time I would take something like that is just to give you guys unboxings and reviews early. Like, I don't care about it being free and stuff. I mean, I just would rather be able to give you content and first looks and things before things are out. That's the main thing. But I also want to keep being unbiased about the whole thing. If something's good, I'll tell you. If something's bad, it's bad. Like the Praetor and Centurion tonight. I've said what I want to say about them. Like this Dreadnought has been fun so far. Really enjoyed it. But yeah, that's what you get. But I think on the whole, like over 90% of the people, of you hobbyists, you don't care. You really don't care. whether people get sent stuff for free or not. All you care about is leaks and where you can find and look at products earlier and quickly before release. That's my experience anyway of the community. I'll tell you why, because it's evident with the early release content that is out there. You know, much smaller channels do get sent stuff for free and early, and their viewership is huge. So it doesn't matter. If anything, it's better if they do get stuff free and early. But yeah, to answer your question, that was a long way around. To shortly answer your question, I don't get sent anything for free. I have to buy it all out of my own money, and a little bit of the YouTube money goes towards it, or should I say, like, all of the YouTube money, really. So, and a lot of the stuff I buy with my own money is products and things that I wouldn't normally buy. I would buy this set for myself, not for the channel, but things like the drop pods, some of the Age of Sigmar releases. The only Age of Sigmar army I would ever collect, if it was just me for my personal collection, would be Gloomspite Kits. You know, Slaves for Darkness are all right. But yeah, it would just be Gloomspite Kits. I think they kind of got me into Age of Sigmar a little bit. The Horus Heresy stuff, like the tarantulas, I probably wouldn't have bought. The rapiers, I probably would have only bought one of them. Yeah, I just find myself more interested in purchasing the Horus Heresy products rather than the 40k. Like the Emperor's Children, I bought all of that just for the channel. I would no way have bought that just for myself. I don't collect Chaos. I don't really have that much of an interest in Chaos, except for like the Nurgle things and the Death Guard a little bit. Well, I like the lore and the novels and things with those. But yeah. Anyway, UPS for life. UPS are good. I saw some. Sorry, I've got my sneakerhead head on right now. I saw that Nike are releasing a pair of Air Max 90s in like the UPS brown with the gold on the back heel plate. That looked, well, I don't know. It's just for me, I like things when they match. And yeah, if I work for UPS, I would definitely pick up a pair just to match. You just left the local gaming store. Almost $500 for an army box and a rulebooks journal. Ooh, not for the faint of heart. This is cool, Deej. This is the way it is. It certainly isn't for the faint heart. Who can pay like a month's rent or half a month's rent on plastic minis and things. It's yeah. But the thing is about Warhammer is something that I've said for quite some time. It always goes up in value and it goes up in price, and you can always just sell it. You know, there are people getting into the hobby all the time. There are veterans and collectors that are after your minis. So you shouldn't ever have any problems selling things if you wanted to in the future. And it'll last a lifetime. Like, you know, I've got minis in my boxes and things that are, yeah, they're over 30 years old now. And they're still fine. And I could still spray them. I could still paint them. You can't even say that about sneakers because they just crumble. You know, so there are What I'm saying is I'm trying to find the positive in just spending that amount of money. And you can't really say that. Can't really say that about a lot of things. You know, like even if you invested that money into a car, you know, that car is going to cost you every year in maintenance and insurance and tax and, you know. But it depends on what you like. Like, this is the thing. It's very personal, isn't it? It's your money at the end of the day and how much enjoyment you get out of it. And some people, that's a cost that they're willing to pay for. Likewise with cars and bikes and things, you know. Right, we are almost finished the other leg. It's going quite well. Yeah, I'm enjoying this Dread. Certainly going better than the Thanatar. Thanatar, the legs are a bit, I don't know. Don't know what it is about the Thanatar. It's an alright kit. Oh, it goes in that way. Good question though. Thanatar or Saturnine Dreadnought? I don't know. I'm a sucker for a Dreadnought. Not even a letter. Yeah, nothing. Not even a pot of a bad and black. Can you believe it? I'm not even after that either, you know. The only recognition I probably will ever get will be, you said some negative things about our drop pods. Stop. They're jealous of my... This is the thing. They're not the only ones jealous of my only hands. Definitely Gems TV and any kind of like live seller cable networks that have hand models that have really like hairy fingers and horrible looking nails and things like that. I mean, if you look at my hands from, I don't know, 13 years ago, they're a lot less wrinkly. Probably should really do something about that, but they're a nice brown at the moment. They're like tanned, aren't they? Yeah. Anyway. The Games Workshop legal team leave those stones. This is true, Sam. This is very true. Why in my head have I now got the FBI knock knock open up meme in my head, like that little gif where they bust down the door of some Chinese recaster, bless him, because he's been recasting drop pods. I would not put it past them. Hey, you got a legal team. You probably, you know, pay the legal team out of the budget. You've got to warrant the budget being how much it is. So yeah, definitely use them. And the HR team. Wonder if they go to any concerts. Right, feet then. Oh, okay. So we've got 2 legs. Oh, how big are the legs? So, ooh. Oh, that's close, isn't it? It's close to the old Telemon. Hey, Mr. Telemon. Oh, thank you, Krieg, for the biscuit funds. I appreciate that, because I have zilch nada biscuits at all. Not even like a little chocolate bar or anything to perk me up. Nothing. So tomorrow, I will go do some food shopping, and I will see what biscuits I can get for £2. I probably will go for, I don't know, Jaffa cakes are a good call, but shrinkflation, you literally get about 2 Jaffa cakes in a pack now, don't you? 35 Jaffa cakes are dangerous, you know. They're good if you want to lose weight or whatever, because they're just air, really. They don't really have that many calories. But as I say, you get like 5 in a pack. 36. Oh no, shrinkflation triggers me so hard. Like, oh, you're paying more for a 30% reduction. Thank you. Appreciate that. 40, 41. That's got to be 41. 44 and 45. So many feet and toes. Talk about feet finder. 42 and 43. You have to duplicate this. How big is this box going to be for this Dreadnought? That's what I'd like to know. It's got to be at least this big. It'll be a 3 sprue jobby though, won't it? Oh, wow. Okay, so each one is separate. That sucks, man. Okay, let's get it over with. 38. 37. 38. Yeah, each one is slightly different, but obviously the 2 38s are going to be the same. And then there's 39. We've got to do that again. A lot of pieces just for the feet as well. Crazy. Right, 34, 35, 36. Four, 45, and then 42, 43. Duplicate those. Ow. Just caught myself with my clippers. I nearly had a new piece for this Dreadnought. Right, same again. 238s. Uh, 38 there, 38 opposite. Over there. Right, and then I think we've just got these hips. Is that the weapons as well? Shoulders. That's part of the sprue, don't know. Oh, didn't sound good. Whatever that was. Oh. sorry. What? Which of the loadouts is the? Hang on, I've got Face ID. Are you talking about like the Dreadnought, the Terminators? I'll probably say the Disintegrators. Anything with Disintegrators. Double twin-linked heavy Disintegrators sounds disgusting. You're just popping off those. Well, what are they? Because we're blessed by James Workshop. No, we're not blessed at all. Okay. Well, I think they're twin-linked heavy Disintegrators, I think. So they would be 24-inch range. So you get 4 strength 7 AP2 damage 2 shots. Pretty disgusting. Yeah, because it just says Saturnine cannon and fist. But yet in their example, they have Disintegrators. So you don't even get the rules for the models that they show. It just says that you're getting the cannons and the fists. Fists are very slow. But they are strength 9 because the Saturnine Terminators are strength 5. Toughness 6, 2 plus invulnerable, 2 plus save, 4 plus invulnerable. And you've got the veterans that have 2 wounds each, 2 attacks. This is skill 5. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. Let's kind of clip these hips off as well while we are at it. You're surprised I never got any old world starter boxes? Grand Cathay got sold out very quickly. I would have liked Cathay, yeah, or Tomb Kings. Yeah, like I like the Cathay Dragon or both of the Cathay Dragons, actually. No, it's all sacrifices. I didn't buy those things because I wanted to cover your Horus Heresy, so it's kind of like that, really. That's how it works. I mean, I did cover Deathcore, Eldar, Emperor's Children. Look, if I had my way, I'd cover everything. I'd want everything sent for free early. I'd cover it all, unbox it, review it, and still be unbiased. That would be the dream. But until that happens, I can only cover what I pick up. You're tempted by some high elves, cool. Oh, you like the Dreadnought much more, but the Thanatar is super cool. Yeah, the Thanatar is cool. I'd like to hear what one of these Dreadnoughts sounds like, just like from the speakers. You know, because we kind of hear what the weapons sound like, don't we, in the trailer? A3, this thing. Okay, so we've got about half an hour left, which should give me enough time to finish these hips. And the missing part that came off was a part 7. So if you remember from the unboxing, there was a piece that was loose, and it was one of these hip joints. We can take off all of these arm joints, weapon joints, because they're all the same number. They're all 48. I'll just put them there for a moment. Un momento. And we'll take these chest plates off. I already know which ones I'm not going to use. These spiky ones. I might use the lightning ones or the plain ones. Okay, so that's one full sprue done. Properly full sprue done. You were listening to the podcast. One of the members meant says ungodly amount of parts for the toes, so good luck. You are talking to a modeler that has built a few Titans. I am no stranger to number of parts for toes. I think a Warhound Titan has 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, sort of seven pieces per toe. 4 toes. Or about 60 pieces in the toes, maybe. Oh, then there's the rear toe as well. Yeah, over 60 pieces, probably. Anyway. Let's prepare these, and then we can kind of build the entire hip section now. Yeah. So let's do that. You'll always prefer someone who's sponsored. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm never worried to criticize it. For me, it's just timing. Like, I would love to give you guys unboxings and reviews of things before they're even out. I'm not in a position like a sneakerhead, like a reseller or something that has you know, trainers sent to them for free and months in advance early. Not in a position like that. Never will be for Warhammer. Because there's embargoes as well. Yeah, some of the trainers and sneakers that they get months and months in advance. And that's great. Because they also give their honest opinion as well. A lot of them do. I think fundamentally, yeah, it's correct. Yeah, what you say. If you're having to say nice things about something because you're getting it for free, the ones that creep me out are the reviewers that say, I was sent this for free, but I wasn't paid from them. Yeah, no, we get that. We get that you weren't paid. Who the hell is getting paid? No one's getting paid. And you know what? Those free products that you're getting for free and early, that's a form of payment. The exclusivity, the you know, that is the form of payment. It's like, oh, I got sent all this stuff for free, but I wasn't paid, so my views are honest and biased. Nah, those products that you got for free, that's the payment, chap. You know, and you know what? You're getting all those extra views because you've got those products for free, and you made a video. All those views, all that extra money from those extra views, that's your payment too. Yeah, some people are just so they love to detach themselves. I don't know if they believe it. They must believe it, otherwise they wouldn't be vocal about it. And it's just another form of like convincing people. It's just another form of shill, isn't it, really? £70 is your prediction. For what? What, for the Dreadnought? You say 74. How much is the Leviathan again? Like 50 something? Let's have a little look. My battery's about to go on this thing. Leviathan. Leviathan's £52.50. Oh. So you think this kit is worth £17.50 more? From a Leviathan? I don't know about that. I'm going to say £64. I know that you really want it to be 70 on the nose. And I think adjusted for inflation and things, probably will be 70. But I'm just going to do a low ball and say £64 or 65. Let's just say 65. Okay. Let's see where that gets me. How much do you think the weapons sprue will be? like 20. Yeah, I guess so. With the voices. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not kind of like hitting on anyone in particular, but you know, when you've got over 1 million subscribers and things, I don't think you really need to justify to anybody that how much you're spending to get products or sneakers or or whatever early or for free. Like this one chap I watch, he's got like 1.2 million subscribers, and I think he paid like $1,500 for a pair of sneakers that don't even fit him. I mean, this is how I don't know. Like, I would never, ever, ever want to be in that position where I was so not delusional, but not out of touch. I can't think of the word, but there's a word for it. Just complacent, where you wouldn't really think much about spending $1,500 on a pair of sneakers that don't fit you just because you want to get them early and you want to get that review out for, you know, maybe 30,000 people or so, probably a bit more. For me, it just seems bonkers. I would never do it. Like, even, you know, if I was in a privileged position where, you know, $1,500. I mean, $1,500's $1,500, guys. Like, it's a huge amount of money. What could I compare it to? It would be like me buying this set like a couple months early for 7, 8 times 8. Yeah, it's same price. So it would be like me buying this set, giving you an unboxing review 2 weeks ago, and saying, "Oh yeah, you know what? This set, I bought it with my own money, £1,600. What would your reaction be if Super Saiyan had spent £1,600 on this box of 50 minis? Would there be a reaction? I don't know. I don't know whether part of it is reactionary, kind of. Is it a good thing? Is it like, oh, that's his commitment to the channel and the content, is that he's willing to part with that much money? I mean, oh, thanks, Pato Wega. Oh, thank you. Oh, much appreciated. Yeah, I have big plans for the collection. I really want to do another collection video, like massively. I might even be able to crank one out, Face ID, for this year. I've got some things in the pipeline which might help me to do that. But as always, the primary focus is on the current releases, on this Horus Heresy stuff. For you, that's the priority right now. How does this slot in? There we go. Thank you, Jason. Disappointed with pre-orders offering the Saturnine Dread with 2 different variants rather than the single box. Yeah, no, you're right. I agree with you. You know what? It's even more of a kind of stab in the back because we can pre-order the Dreadnoughts next week. So it will have been 3 weeks to the day between the releases, and I think that's just too short a time. Definitely that sprue should have been in this box set. I'd say they learnt their lesson. There's not really a lesson to be learned. It's just more repetition of previous business practices. Case in point, Contemptor Dreadnought from 3 years ago. It wasn't quite the same time scale, but they did not bait and switch, but they withheld content, put it that way. They withheld the extra sprue for that Contemptor in the previous Age of Darkness game set, which I did have a few strong words about. Not only that, which was very disappointing, but also the removal of all the resin weapon options from Forge World. That was very cruel, I thought. Considering that the Leviathan weapon options, I think you can still get them. I think. Or you could get them for quite a while afterwards. To rub salt in the wound, they also then only gave you, they brought back the Contemptor Dreadnought torsos, like Legion specific ones, but if you remember, it was only the torso and the head, I think, as a substitute. A substitute, can you believe it, for a Legion specific Contemptor Dreadnought? It's baffles me, it really does. I don't know how a business can do that. They remove a current product line, which doesn't help with the new product line, only to replace it with an inferior one. It blows my mind how they're constantly shooting themselves in the foot. At this point, I think it's purpose. I really do. I think there's some kind of enjoyment out of bad decisions. I really do. It's well, it's entertaining to watch, at least. I mean, I tell you are crazy. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, on the sneakerheads and things, you know, nobody says that he's crazy for spending $1.5 grand on some trainers, because I think that's a different world. I think the sneakerheads are sort of used to like limited quantities, and they're used to spending a few grand on a pair of trainers, and it's a whole new, it's eye-opening, it really is, that whole world. But anyway, I'm going off topic a little bit. Yeah, apologies, I don't go too in depth with the old rulebook earlier. You know, that was a first look, not a review. I can't all of a sudden just open the book like I did and then say, oh, they've added this, they've added that, because that was my first view of it. I'm currently trying to go through it, I'm trying to read it. Yeah. But again, the priority is to make these minis for you, especially in light of the fact that they are going to be released or up for pre-order next weekend. All of these are going to be up. They've only just been released. and they're about to be released again. So I will try and crank these out. Face ID as quick as I possibly can. I would like to do more live streams than reviews at this point with these, so that you're able to view me building them and get some kind of thoughts on them live reactions and things, and some of the complications I've had. So there will be another live stream tomorrow evening. I should be able to do that. But what that means is, I'm at work all day tomorrow, like the whole day. So, try not to be too disconcerted if there isn't a Centurion review, especially in light as I don't have the book, and the rules for the Centurion aren't in this pamphlet thing. They're just not, I'm afraid. I wish they were. And I think I could only do these units, these models, justice with that book. So I think I'm going to have to pick it up. Let's just hope they don't release any new heretic-only units. Otherwise, I am up the creek. And I'll have to buy the other book. That's how they get you, though. Yeah. They consistently do it, though. This is a thing. I guess it gets to a point with them that money is no object. It really isn't they can afford to just spend $1,500, $600 on a pair of $100, $200 trainers. It's a fascinating thing to watch. I admire the passion. Don't get me wrong. I love the passion. I love how they will spend hours, literally 2 or 3 hours, to drive to a store to pick up a pair of shoes, and then drive all the way back. Like that. That is some hard passion right there. The only kind of comparison I can make is if they brought out like a Scythe Warlord Titan. You know what? I ain't travelling all the way to Nottingham just to pick one up. Especially if it was a general release. Because let's face it, guys, there's not many of these Warhammer releases that are limited, are there? Not many of them. Because Games Workshop like to make these things and then, sell them for years. Really? Make their money back on them. Okay, we're coming to the end of the stream. Let's give it another sort of 10 minutes or so. I did promise you all that I would complete the torso, the hips and the legs. We've only really got the gluing side of that to do. interesting hip joint. It's a very, very strange hip joint, the way that this is connected. It just glues on, does it? I think it glues on a certain way. It might not, though. No, I think it does. I think we're safe. Yeah, we can put that on there. How's the build so far? Very nice. Thank you, Reverend. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this one. As I say, I'll be back tomorrow evening. I wish I could be back tomorrow morning, but, you know, I'll be back tomorrow evening and we'll finish this. We'll build the weapons. We'll build the top of the carapace, the torso. I think we've broken the back of this one, though. I mean, it is a 12-page instruction guide for this particular model. It's the longest build of any of the units. Well, I mean, I think 40 Mark II Space Marines would take you a long time as well, but you know what I mean, like comparing 10 to one Dreadnought. That's what I meant. I think these go in one way. And have I completely messed that up? Nope. Yeah, so they just go in one way. Maxim, did you want to have a look at the hips or something? I don't know if that's worth a little look, but these are quite small. Yeah, they just go in, plug and socket. Like that. We've got the top of the hips on. Now we'll just glue these toes. So it looks like so how are we working this out then? So that doesn't actually go in there. It's these that go in. I think that's the back, that's the front, that's the side, front toe. Yeah. Yeah. Got to be it. We'll try this. Wish me luck. Famous last words. Where did all that glue come from? You can't really get this bit wrong because there are little holes in these armor pieces, these armor toe pieces, that will directly correspond to each toe. So the side toes are the same, it's just the front and the rear. And then Looks like the gap is the same for all of these. Oh, got low battery on that. Why using super glue instead of the extra thin? Oh, goodbye. Honestly. Where do these people come from? Now, this should be, so the sides have the little divot. So again, this is a bit foolproof. This is quite cool. So the back toe or the heel just goes in one that's doesn't have any divots. The sides have these little divots. So again, you can't mess it up. They've done a good job with the design of that foot. It seems like quite a solid base. I like that. That's good. It's good design of the feet. Oh, no worries, Maxim. Nice to see you in the streams. Hope the rest of your work goes well. I'll speak to you soon. Any plans to add any Age of Sigmar reviews in the future? Still undecided about the new Chaos Dwarfs. The Chaos Dwarfs. They look good. Hey, look, if I was sent them for free, I would unbox and review them. I do like a couple of the models. Being perfectly honest, I think they're quite cool. But no, there won't be any plans to review them. Sorry, Jason. Sorry. I wish I could, my friend. But nope. So I think that's I think it should be that one. Or this one. No. Is it this? It's not that. Ah, it's this one. Okie doke. Again, I should have been able to tell because it's essentially the one without the divots. So like this front toe has like just a block. So it definitely goes on to this. And this will go here in this plate right here, this flat area like that. See? And then these have the little cutouts. Yeah, nice design of the toes there, whoever is responsible for that. Good job. So another foot done. Yeah, I will just turn that around a bit. Can I turn it around? Oh, that is stuck in there tight. That is stuck in there tight. That is, well, I guess I won't be moving that around. I'll just leave it as it is. Yeah, they then go on to build this. Well, I don't know what this thing is. I guess, oh sorry, it's like a shoulder, isn't it? You build 2 shoulders and then 2 weapon mounts where you can put the little magnets in. And then we're on to the weapons. A little bit of the front armor plate. You've got 4 different armor plates to go for, and I think 2 heads, but you can have like spiky or smooth on either of those, so that's still 4 variations there. You got these armor plates. I think I'll probably just go for the plain one, actually, not the lightning. And then you've got these ribbed frameworks for the armor panels, and then you've got the whole of this torso, the sides, the little vents and things, and then picking the defense weapons and then putting the main weapons on. I will probably go for, I just think it looks better like it does on the box with the plasma on the left and the disintegrator on the right. I think I'll go for that rather than what they've done, and then we're done. So we've still got a way to go tomorrow night to do the weapons and things, but you know, we are getting there. So that is some progress. I think before I leave you though, I'll just glue his hips and things in. But thank you everyone for joining me this evening and today. If you've been a veteran of the streams and you've you know, you've doubled up, you joined both the streams, thank you, appreciate that. Nice to see quite a few of your members in as well. Thank you Krieg and Maxim for being mods, do appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice to see your members. I do appreciate the support. You know, I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. It's such a massive motivation. And as I say, there's going to be more live streams. So let's put the feet in. So are they wobbly? I don't know. No, I think they're quite stable. Oh, what a big boy. What a thick boy. Oh lordy, he coming. He is a thick one. Oh, right. I like that. Maybe I should have had these plates like more central. That's probably going to hit my OCD later, but once everything's on, you're not really going to see it. I think it's fine. Yeah, so that's where we are so far with the Saturnine Dreadnought. Really chuffed with that. His hips don't lie. He's already taller than the big boy Praetor in Saturnine Terminator armor. He's already, hips are taller than the Telemon Dreadnought. I think he's going to be the bigger one, isn't he? I really do. I think he's going to be bigger than the Telemon. He's going to be the biggest Dreadnought. Wow. Super looking forward to tomorrow and cracking on with the rest of him. I hope you'll join me for the live stream tomorrow. Timing wise, it might be a late one, might be 7:30 or 8, something like that. Oh, you're very welcome, guys. I really appreciate it. Before you go, is it hard build or just a long build? Just a long build, I think, by the looks of it. The legs and the feet have been a dream so far. The weapons look quite straightforward. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a long build. I don't think it's going to be difficult. The other two, well, the Praetor wasn't difficult except for the cape. The cape is a bit of a nightmare. The Centurion, yeah, that's, if you're buying this kit and you're new to Horus Heresy, that's going to cause you a lot of problems. You know, the Praetors in the first Horus Heresy box set were easy peasy lemon squeezy. These two models, building them straight away. As I say, just the cape of the Praetor is a bit off. But the Centurion, God, if you're going to try and build that first, that's going to, yeah. Maybe build the Dreadnought first. If you're, oh, actually just build the Mark IIs and the quad platform. then build the Dreadnought and the Terminators, and then work on these. These are probably the hardest. It's probably the hardest kit in the box. Anyway, that's it for my live stream. Thank you, or live streams for today. So that's a 2-3 hour live stream. So I've live streamed for 6 hours. So I really appreciate it. Really appreciate all your support. And I'll be back tomorrow evening. Thank you again, and thanks for watching. The Emperor Protects.